In any supply chain, just one missing document can bring everything to a grinding halt. We're talking costly shutdowns. So today, we're going to break down one super critical step in SAP that stops this from happening: confirming the receipt of a quality certificate. It sounds simple, but you'll see how this one little action is what keeps the entire production line moving.
Okay, so imagine this. A super critical delivery just hit the dock. The production team is waiting, ready to go, but everything stops. Why? Because of one missing piece of paper, the quality certificate. And this is exactly where you, as the quality technician, become the hero of the day, stepping in to prevent a huge bottleneck. So your challenge, right? It sounds simple, but it is absolutely crucial. A supplier was supposed to send a certificate with their delivery. If it's not there, the whole process just stops. Your job is to get into SAP and confirm that you've got it. Basically, making sure the digital world matches up with what's happening in the real world. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Come on, it's just a piece of paper, right? Well, in the world of quality management, it is so much more than that. Let's talk about why the stakes are actually incredibly high. Think about it. In industries like medical device manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, or even aerospace and defense, a missing certificate isn't just a minor hiccup. No way. It's a critical failure. This document is totally non-negotiable because it's directly linked to safety, to reliability, and yeah, in some cases, literally to human lives. So what is this document we keep talking about anyway? Well, a quality certificate is basically the supplier's formal promise to you. It's their proof, in writing, that a product was made exactly according to the standards you agreed on. Sometimes they even go a step further and include all the detailed inspection results right from their own quality checks. Alright, so now we know why this thing is so vital. The next big question is, how do we actually handle it in SAP? Well, the system is pretty smart here. It knows that certificates don't always show up in the same way, so it actually gives you two different paths to confirm you've received it. And here they are, the two core scenarios. Let's look at path one. This is when the certificate shows up on its own. Say it gets emailed to you. You can log that in the system pretty much any time after the purchase order is created. Then you've got path two. This is when the certificate is literally paper-clipped to the delivery documents. In that case, you confirm you've got it right when you're posting the goods receipt. See, it's a simple difference, but it completely changes your workflow and when you do this crucial step in SAP. Okay, for this explainer, we're going to focus on path one, because honestly, it's a super common situation. So let's do a quick virtual walkthrough. We'll pretend a certificate just landed right in your inbox, and see what happens next. So let's set the scene. The warehouse team has already received the goods. That means an inspection lot has been automatically created in SAP. And just then, ping, the supplier's certificate finally shows up in your email. The clock is ticking, my friend. What are you going to do? It's actually a beautifully simple two-step process. First, you're going to jump into the system and log that the certificate has been received. Easy. Second, you'll pop over to the inspection lot just to see the impact of what you just did. That's it. All right, step one. You got to record the certificate receipt. All you do is find the right purchase order item and flag it. Yep, we got the document. Think of it like a digital handshake. It's you telling the system, we're good to go on the paperwork front. Okay, so once you've recorded the receipt, you head over to check the inspection lot, and here it is. This is the payoff. You'll see the system status has updated all by itself. Boom! You've just connected your one small action to the entire quality process. And that status, that little code update in the system, well, it's everything. I mean it. It's not just some FYI. It is an active gatekeeper for the whole quality inspection process. The best way to think about this status is like a traffic light. It sends a clear signal to the quality engineer and to the system itself, telling them if it's safe to proceed. Is all the required paperwork in order? That little status holds the answer. So if that traffic light is red, meaning you haven't confirmed the certificate receipt, the system puts up a hard stop, a brick wall. The quality engineer goes in to make the usage decision, to approve or reject the material, and bam, they get an error message. The process is stopped dead in its tracks. Nothing moves forward. But because you did your job, that light is green. The status says certificate confirmed. So now, when the quality engineer goes in, the system gives them the all clear. They can post the usage decision, and that material can finally move on to the next step. You've just unlocked the entire flow. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is pulled straight from the official SAP process guide. The really crucial point here is this. Confirming the certificate isn't just, good practice. It is a system-enforced requirement. It is literally the key that unlocks the very next step in the process. So what's the big takeaway here? In SAP QM, changing that little status isn't just boring data entry. It's a powerful action that can either enable or completely block the entire quality process. So yeah, you've unlocked the goods right at the receiving door. But that just brings up an even bigger question, doesn't it? What's the next quality gatekeeper down the line that makes sure standards are kept high all the way to the finished product? That's the next piece of this big, fascinating puzzle.